Our winter getaway this year was Belize, a small Caribbean-facing country in Central America that attracts tourists to its island resorts just off the coast and to its natural wonders, the world's second longest coral barrier reef and the Great Blue Hole. But we chose to explore and view wildlife in the inland wetlands and rainforests. Our first stop was at the Crooked Tree Lodge, in a wildlife sanctuary with a small village and bordering lagoons. Birdwatching began with our afternoon arrival at the lodge. Northern jacanas were feeding at the lagoon shore, along with white ibises and herons. A ringed kingfisher with a fish landed on a branch. A roadside hawk was perched nearby, and there were many colorful songbirds around the lodge. We were the only guests at the lodge, owned and operated by our hostess, who also prepared fresh meals for us each day. At sunrise, the morning after our arrival, a local naturalist and guide took us on a boat trip in the serene northern lagoon. Wood rails, ducks, and herons were immediately spotted, and along the shore were many songbirds, shorebirds, and waterfowl. On the north side of the lagoon, whistling ducks were flying by. Snail kites were perched on bushes, and jabiroos came into view as we approached a secluded marsh. Returning to the lodge, the scene had changed. Hundreds of neotropic cormorants and egrets moved out of the way as we approached the boat landing. Around our cabins, we saw warblers and other songbirds, and had a great view of storks, egrets, and cormorants by the shore for the rest of the morning. In the heat of the afternoon, a cattle egret was trying to stay cool. And an iguana was basking on a tree. On the second morning, we visited Lamanai Archaeological Reserve, with its Mayan temples dating back to 1500 BC. The trip there was via a riverboat from the town of Orange Walk. Wildlife along the river. A visit to the Jaguar and High Temples, and then heavy tropical rain on the return trip. The third morning, our local naturalist introduced us to more of the Crooked Tree Sanctuary's flora and fauna. Local fruit trees, plants of medicinal value, and many more new bird species for us. On the drive to our next destination, we stopped at Monkey Bay Wildlife Reserve. A pygmy owl flew out of its nesting site, and there were more birds to find. Maya Heights Village Resort, where we stayed for 4 days, had a lovely tree-lined approach leading to a hilltop setting, located inside a 1,000-acre working farm with miles of hiking trails through fields and forests. Our cabanas faced a large swimming pool with a view of the valley below and the Caribbean at a distance. Sunrise at Maya Heights was spectacular. Each day we walked on the trails before breakfast at the restaurant up the hill. There was much to explore on the farm. And a chance to take an afternoon dip in the pool, where we were the only guests, followed by evening walks on the trails. Maya Heights Farm, powered by its solar and hydroelectric generators, features a sawmill, herds of cattle and sheep, tilapia ponds, cocoa, mango, and papaya groves, and stands of teak and mahogany, all coexisting with a thriving wildlife population. Our visit to the nearby coastal town of Hopkins, with its growing tourist attractions, was brief. but offered more bird sightings. A private boat trip to the barrier reef included an opportunity to see nesting frigate birds with chicks, males showing red gular pouches, females and juveniles, as well as more pelicans and some brown boobies. Then a stop on an offshore island with snorkeling nearby. Returning to Belize City for our departure flight, and a chance to visit one more nature preserve. We have warm memories of the secluded tropical landscapes, the vibrant wildlife, and the friendly and inviting people of Belize.